What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show here with yours truly, Vegas Al, ready to break down Monday action here, February 23rd. Got a lot to break down despite a small card. Some may think it's a small card. I'll find some edges elsewhere here. We got college hoops, of course, we'll still break down. I got some soccer. I got tennis. I got, of course, spring training baseball there at the end of the show. I may even get into a little more because I just parlayed or gave you guys a parlay. What do we got here? And then, of course, those 3 NBA games. So we have a lot of action here to break down on Monday. Tune in here to the Look Ahead show. Thank you guys very much. Give me a like and a subscribe here. Click on those 2 buttons there for me. Also, link in the description here takes you right on over to Tony'sPicks.com where our best bets are. All right, we're going to start off with soccer. Be quick, get it out the way. I don't know. I've actually been doing pretty well soccer-wise. It's been okay, 50-50, but you could sprinkle the dog or try to go plus 1.5. That's basically how I've been approaching soccer. Man United, Everton. As I say that, I'm going to go Man United here with by minus 105, buy a low type price here for them to win. I mean, nothing actually nothing to look ahead to as far as like UEFA wise here. So focus completely on Premier League play. And I think they actually have a little motivation here, in the 5th spot here, right behind Chelsea, both with 45 points in the league. You got a 3-point win here for Man United, and suddenly they hop them, and they're in the 4th spot. That's huge as far as Premier League standing wise. Like I said, Man U 47 goals, Everton 29, a differential of -1 here for Everton, and Man U plus 10. I'm going with Man U here in this one. We got Alaves and Girona. Let me be a little quicker, like I said I would be here. It's 1-1-3 here for Alaves in the last 5 versus Girona. That's 1 win, 1 draw, 3 losses. But the 2025 season series split was a 1-1 tie here. And I actually think Alaves is a little bit live here at home, favored actually here at plus 140. Of course, you could get over plus 2 times your money here getting on Girona, who is fresh off a win versus Barcelona. Nah, I think the books have Alaves favored pretty much here for a reason. Obviously, not just because they're at home. I think Alava gets this one done here, plus the 140. Again, that's for them to win the game. You can find ways that would, involve the draw as well, but you're probably going to get minus the money there. So, but Alaves, I think, is the side to back in that one. We got Fiorentina here and Pisa. This team, this is the relegation bowl pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong, still 10 to 12 games left in the season here, but both of these squads, 16th and 18th in the league here. This is strictly just a value play on Pisa at plus 400 again on the money line. Of course, you can try to look for a plus 1.5 here with Pisa, but that's the side I'm backing here in the relegation bowl. All right, Udinese and Bologna. What a revenge spot here for Udinese, who, if you look the last 5 times these 2 teams have played, 4, actually the last 4 times, they have been unbeaten here. Udinese, it's either been them winning or a draw. Other than the last time these 2 teams played when Bologna got it done. This is since 2023, so Udinese has dominated really the last, 5 head-to-head matchups, so to speak. And you're getting 3-1 on the money line for them to pull the upset off. I'm looking at plus 0.5 or, of course, the plus 1.5 here with Udinese. Just to keep this one close, just like it's been trended since, 2023. So keep that going. There, I gave you guys some soccer. Here's tennis. I got to be quicker. Felix Auger-Aliassime here, minus 3.5 versus Zhang. Again, I'm seeing minus 135 for him to win, minus 3.5. I think he could sweep him. You're talking 6'2", 6'4", gets us this minus 3.5. You're 6'3", 6'3", something to that effect here. Auger-Aliassime, should be a little bit too much. It is a 1-1 career head-to-head split here between these two. Auger Elisime did get the most recent win, so I do lean Auger Elisime here, but he's pretty much favored, so you got to go with the minus on the spread. Quentin Hales and Jack Draper here. I was leaning Hales. I wanted to get on the dog, but I just, at the end of the day, I think Draper's still going to be too much for him. This would have been Hale's first win head-to-head. Look, Draper's 2-0 head-to-head in these two career. The younger, more accomplished tennis player already here in Draper. Minus 2.5 at the minus 135 price is where I'm looking at here with Draper. All right, I got through it. There you go. I gave guys and girls the picks there for tennis and soccer. Get those on out the way. Believe me, towards the end of the show, I will show you guys I have some picks there. So, and it's been going fairly well. So, again, don't hate on that too much. We got Louisville, UNC. I look UNC's way in this one, as crazy as that may seem. I know UNC actually just played very well versus Syracuse without Caleb Wilson. I believe Caleb Wilson still will be out. We saw Vasir there actually step up and play very well. Obviously, Trimble, and there's tons of pieces on this UNC squad. 15 straight wins at home here in Chapel Hill. You look, Louisville's 1-7 in their last 8 games on the road here versus UNC. And just look, this last 5 road games for them this season. 1-4 to the number is Louisville on the road, laying 2.5, 3. I think UNC here could even win this one outright. So there you go. I'm back in the home dog here in the first one with the Tar Heels. All right. We got Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and Southeast Louisiana. You look here, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi got it done, 68-56. They're back in January. Big discrepancy here in the defensive rankings here. Look, I'm going to call them Corpus Christi here. Corpus Christi, 27th ranked in defensive ranking. C-Law here, Southeast Louisiana, 201st in defensive rating. So that's a huge discrepancy there. Texas A&M, Corpus Christi here. Let's try to say Corpus Christi. Why am I saying the whole thing, man? The shooting discrepancies as well. Not great. 175th and 198th field goal and 3-point percentage is Corpus Christi, but you look, C-Law bottom 300. Corpus Christi 6 straight with 6-0 to the number here versus C-Law. I'm not going to overthink it. I had to just give some numbers other than that, but Corpus Christi here minus the 2.5 in that one. This one here, man, it's either Baptist or Christian, but I've been seeing Christian. So when you look at all the other numbers on these sites, sometimes it'd be saying Baptist, but this is Houston Christian here taking on East Texas A&M. When you look here, they beat them last time, 81-70 back in January. Houston Christian did. Had been playing some pretty good ball, if I'm being honest. Look, lost to McNeese by 4. Nothing wrong with that at all. A game they were 20-point dogs in. Beat New Orleans, who we're going to get to New Orleans here in a second, and then beat Nichols. But now they're looking for a bounce back because I get it. It was ugly last time versus Northwestern State. But that's the next game we'll cover. I'll get into Northwestern State. So I'm not really too much slacking on this Houston Christian team. As bad as it looks, 10 straight road losses, they're still not the worst ATS-wise here. I actually think Houston Christian gets another win here versus East Texas A&M. The shooting discrepancies as well. I can go on and on why I'm actually backing the dog here in this one. Give me Houston Christian plus the 2.5 in that one. We got Incarnate Ward and Northwestern State. As promised, I said I would get into this one. Incarnate Ward 2-12 to the number here last 15 games, 2-12 ATS. Incarnate Ward also 1-10 in their last 11 games versus Northwestern State, 1-7 traveling there. So look, everything points to Northwestern State historic wise and how Incarnate Ward is in current form. About the only guy I like is the Stavesky kid on Incarnate Ward. I've given his prop out, but not looking at him here. Just Northwestern State's playing well. 4-1 ATS wise their last 5 games. You look how they've played versus the Southland Conference, 11-4 in their last 15 Southland Conference games. Northwestern State minus the 2.5 in this one. All right. I also said I would get into Nolans, and here is New Orleans here. Not minus, plus the 13.5, taking on Stephen F. Austin. I'm going to just call him SFA. No joke. 20-6 to the number. The top team in this conference. Believe haven't lost at home in also 15 or so straight. Favored by 13, I could say for a reason. You look, New Orleans is 2-8. And that's another thing I was going to get at is Stephen F. Austin here has dominated this conference. Outside of McNeese, these two teams have been, the top dogs of this conference. So for New Orleans to be 2-8 head-to-head last 10 games versus Stephen F. Austin says a lot, right? Well, they're 6-3 to the number. There's a push in there, but give me 6-3 ATS-wise, and now you're catching 13.5. Again, a similar type spot. You look how UNO or New Orleans has played 16-12 to the number this year. You're up. Nothing wrong with that. Look at how they've played on the road. 5 straight covers for New Orleans. Give me New Orleans here plus the 13.5 in this one. We got Houston and Kansas. Are we rocking the chalk with the Jayhawks? Oh, wait, there's no chalk. You're actually a slight home dog here in Allen Fieldhouse. Let me double check this. No way in Allen Fieldhouse are they a dog. I thought I double checked that, but my notes don't have it. So let me double check. Allen Fieldhouse and their dogs. I'll just leave it at that. But I'll give you guys some numbers. Houston, 122nd in rebounds. Not so great of a front court like we think, huh? Kansas, 27th in rebounds. Badunga and Tiller, I think, are a better front court than Sanak and Tugler. So that's a nice, interesting matchup. Kansas 17-10 to the number this year. I mean, this is even with the Darren Peterson hoopla. Is he going to play? Does he going to sit out? Who cares? White here, the other guard for Kansas, has shown he could step up the Illinois transfer. Imagine if he stayed in Illinois, but that's neither here nor there. A little funny trend, Houston 0-6 to the number on Mondays this year. Look, Kansas 9-0 to the number on Mondays. Guys, give me the Jayhawks here in this one. Allen Fieldhouse, just about undefeated as well. Give me Spurs and Pistons. What do we got here? Spurs 1.5 point dogs. I did see a 2.5 earlier, and that's what I got on. I do like the under as well in this game. I'm going to get to it. Look, Spurs, 8 straight wins, 7-1 to the number. Historically, 15-5, last 20 games played in Detroit. So they've dominated going up there. Obviously a different beast this year, but still that's something. Spurs 5-1 to the number last 6 road games. So, again, playing well on the road this year as well. And a funny little trend of why I like the under is, first off, both teams, well, really the Pistons are a defensive type trend to the under. But Spurs as well. And look, 5 straight unders for the Pistons here when playing on Monday. Okay. And then look how the Spurs have been playing versus Eastern Conference teams. 5 straight unders. Give me Spurs, Pistons under the 228.5, and then also give me the Spurs outright on the money line in this one. That's a little 2-game, same-game parlay. You may be able to throw some props in that one. Wembanyama blocks, Wembanyama points, De'Aaron Fox. Let me actually get to the injury report before I start spitting off all this. Sorry, I hate to do that to you guys. Injury report. I believe, none of those guys that I named are injured. That's why I was railing them off. But Mason Plumlee, Lindy Waters and then Isaiah Stewart for the Pistons. So nobody really of concern. That's why I'm already talking props here. Fox, Castle, Vassell. You can go crazy. Try to say 20-20-20. A little 60-point night out of those 3. I'm crazy enough to try it. Very, very little pizza money on that. Wembanyama to go 20-10 is probably juiced. So, I mean, I'm looking for ways to get those 4 guys prop-wise. I know it's square as hell, but sorry. That's how crazy you can get with that one. I like the Spurs that much. So, the problem is the public might agree with me, but I think they give us a bone here. Give me the Spurs in this one. We got Kings, Grizzlies. Minus 4.5, total 233.5 here. Grizzlies at home. Injury report mess as well in this one. Obviously, those 4 or 3, Sabonis, Levine, and Hunter out for the year. Just about everybody else going here for the Kings. A host of guys now: Cedric Coward, Aldama, Brandon Clark, Morant still, Edie still. I mean, this is a host of guys, right? So Kings, 16 straight losses on the road, 3-26 straight up on the road. It's brutal. It's brutal. It was a 129-125 win last time these two teams played. This was earlier this month. So technically, Grizzlies are not covering this number with that final score. Gosh, my heart's just – this is a total DJing game. I'm just being honest. And I'm leaning taking the points here with the Kings. As gross as it is, this might be a money line spot. The only thing that worries me is they do play Houston up next. But you can say it's a bounce back off how they've just a 16 bounce back. How many games they've lost in a row. But I don't know. They played with the Spurs last night or the other night. The Kings did. That was a close game until about maybe I wasn't really watching it, but about mid-third quarter. I was tied around halftime or whatnot. So I think Kings are playing hard and actually kind of healthy for the most part without Levine and Sabonis. I think they can just do without those. And I'm looking Kings plus 4.5 in that one. Am I probably betting this game? Probably not. And if Kings cash tomorrow, I don't even care. That's how I look at it. So very much tread lightly in this one. I think if you're going to get on a dog, if it's public, let's go Jazz here plus the 15.5. Let me get into the injury report, but this is just my train of thinking here. I'm probably avoiding that middle game and touching. This is keeping it real, but we'll see here what we got. I'm trying to get injury reports. Sorry. Jazz is Nurkic will be out. Markkanen, Keontae George will be game time. And then obviously Jaren Jackson for the season. Jayshawn Tate out, really only guy for the Rockets. I believe Rockets have a huge nope, that's what it is. Rockets are in the middle of coast mode, as I like to speak, or as I like to say, when you got these crappy teams that you're about to play on back-to-back occasions, because they play the Kings up next. Rockets should kind of breeze through these games. They might win, but not cover type nonsense is what I'm getting at. Jazz 7-3 to the number. Last 10 times they've played Houston. They're 31-26 to the number this season, the Jazz. What are the Rockets? The Rockets are 24-31 to the number this year. So, 31-26, you're up about 5 units with the Jazz. 24-31, you're down about 7 units with the Rockets. That's even without the juice. So imagine that. Utah lost the first game of the 2 set that they just played, and then that was blowout too. Houston really showed they can whoop this team if they wanted to, right? But then Utah in the very next game when Houston doesn't care, what do? They went outright. And Houston's that type of team that just doesn't care. 4th in the West. We'll coast on by. KD with his little burner account. No, I'm not laying nothing with them. Sorry. Give me the Jazz here. Plus the 15.5 in that one. And I'll be honest, it feels pretty public, man. A lot of my plays feel public tomorrow. But it is what it is, man. We got to roll with it. Here's a little spring training parlay. Marlins getting about plus money. Tigers and Dodgers extremely juiced. So, hey, put them in a parlay. Find something around even money, and I think the Marlins are that even money spot I want to back. Yuri Perez on the mound for the Marlins tomorrow. We'll see how he looks. These guys are only pitching 1 to 2 innings, so just don't go out there and get freaking lit up and get 6 outs for us. That's all I'm asking for you. And then we'll crapshoot it our way with the farm systems, because that's really what it winds up coming down to as well. Is late in these games, you got farm systems. These guys ain't going to be on the 40-man roster come late March or in April when the season starts. No chance. A lot of these guys are going to be in single A, triple A, not about single A, maybe double A and triple A. A lot of these guys. So keep that in mind. You got to look who has better farm systems, who's been winning farm system wise. Keep that in mind. There are some games I wanted to get into, but I'm trying to get on out of here, guys. I will probably have some games for you guys. Either, I don't know, not happy hour, because by then I'll have to get on the morning show or type them up in the chat in the morning show. But I got a couple games I'm looking at. So with that being said, let me show you guys what I got on the site actually before I get on out of here. It hasn't been bad. We were up huge, and then I lost today. Just one bet I put in. Let me actually refresh this 1 second, because I have picks put in. And then let me share this screen. There we go. All right, so check this out, guys. We got a soccer best bet. We have a hoops best bet, right? We have a spring training best bet. So it's not part of that parlay I gave out, by the way. I'll just give you that right there. Huge MLB spring training card tomorrow. So if you guys are into it. And then I have a 5-pack. So if you are like wanting to bet a bunch of games tomorrow, hoops-wise, maybe this isn't it for you, because you could get – because my best bet is in this 5-pack, because I'm on 5 games tomorrow, hoops-wise. Okay? But you can just get my favorite game out of the 5 in my hoops best bet. Okay? So there you go with that. And, yes, spring training, like I said, palm trees and everything. Yes. Boy, man, I'm from Florida a little bit too. I lived in Florida a lot, so used to go out to St. Pete, check out some of these games, man. Oh, it is what it is. I'm not there this year. It's nice to sit back, a little koozie, get it on, watch some baseball, man. There you have it. That's the show, guys. I'm freaking worn out. If I'm being honest, guys, I'm getting tired. Getting really, really tired. So, yeah, this is it, man. I'll see you guys. You guys have a very good day. Like and subscribe as well. Again, link in the description. What do you call it? Takes you to the site, tonyspicks.com, where our best bets are. Struggling to get through this show. I'm ready to go to bed. All right. Make tomorrow a winning day, guys. Peace.